Welcome to the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series, round 11 from South Boston. Starting on the pole today will be your point leader, Mary Baker. And alongside her is Courtney Simpson, an all-female front row. These two have started on the front row together before. Now here's the rest of your lineup. Timmy Pacioli, Ralph Green, CJ Lorca, David Scott, Christian Baker, Dylan Schwallenberg, Steve Dillon, Brendan Aumann, Matthew Lube, Phil Jones, Dougie Shears, Courtney Barlow, Josh Gwynn, John Andretti, Gino Harvey, Chris McLean, Garrett Jones, Kristen James, Bridget Fairley, Sean Galligan, Chris Summers, Greg Jones, Tom Wayne, Christian Brannon, Jordan Spencer, Josh Courier, Tim Baker, Colin Wills, Josh Mabe, Ziggy Bain, Greg Brown, Matthew Bullock, Bryce Harvey, Hunter Stone, John Dillon, Colin Cropley, Kurt Kozlowski, Alex Filter, Thomas Shane, and Michael Harvey. I think I may have said Michael Harvey instead of Gino Harvey at the one part there. Okay, anyways. Back to the race. Here we go. This is a very short track, so the pace lap is already done. Here we go. Mary Baker leads. Green flag in the air. She pulls out to a big lead to start out the race. She just got into turn one a lot better than the rest of the field, and she's gone right now. Courtney Simpson, Timmy Pacioli battling hard for second. Pacioli won last time we were last time we did a race out at Atlanta, but down the back straightaway. And CJ Lorca looks to the inside of Courtney Simpson. That is for second. One driver we should check on is Josh Gwynn. He is, look out, Aumann. Ooh, Aumann got very close to the wall there. Okay, but Josh Gwynn is second in points right now, and he's chasing down Mary Baker, but if Mary Baker wins the race right now, she would extend her lead. And I saw a car in the wall in the back, David Scott. I think he was okay. He's getting close. Every lap he gets closer to that wall, it seems like. Should keep an eye on him here. Oh, and Matthew Lube's around. Matthew Lube spins around. And it looks like Greg Jones is in this. Thomas Shane. And the race back to the line is already done, it looks like. Oh, wait, no. Yep, Mary Baker won the race back to the line, but let's get a replay. Watch the 7 light blue and white car right there. Up off the turn, just overdrives it, hits the wall, slides off, hits Colin Wills, and from there it's pretty much over. Around he goes, right in front of the pack, nowhere for Courtney Barlow to go, but she actually made it. Kurt Kozlowski just got through that. Thomas Shane ran right into the back of him and blew out his engine. Then Greg Jones got into him after contact with John Andretti, but it's pretty much all that happened. So, let's get back to the restart. Lights are about to go out on the pace car, so we will have about one lap until we go back green flag racing. Alright. Restarting on point will be Mary Baker. Second is going to be CJ Lorca. Then Christian Baker, Phil Jones, Courtney Simpson, Josh Gwynn, Garrett Jones, Dougie Shears, and Steve Dillon, your top 10. Just getting kind of settled in here. Josh Mabe's going to lead him down to the green flag, but he is scored in 36th. Alright, off of turn number 4. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Josh Mabe leads him into turn number 1. Well, he doesn't lead, but he's ahead of the pack, I guess you could say. Alright. The real battle on the racetrack right now is between Mary Baker and CJ Lorca, because that is for the lead. And off turn 2, it looks like CJ Lorca is going to steal it from her. And Dougie Shears hit the wall, and he almost slid across and wrecked him. Ralph Green is scored as our leader. He and Greg Brown are battling for the lead. Bryce Harvey, I believe, may have just got into the wall, and Mary Baker, point leader, is in this. Let's get the race back to the line, and then we will get a replay of what happened. It's going to be Steve Dillon running the race back to the line, but let's get a replay. Here's what happened to Mary Baker to bring out the caution. Bryce Harvey hits the wall, turns Amon into the inside wall, and then Tom Wayne slams the wall, just clobbers Mary Baker into the wall. Josh Mabe is in this, slides across. Garrett Jones, his luck. And John Dillon, last place in points. He cannot catch a break. But there's Amon on pit road. And, just a lot of cars were damaged in this crash. But let's get back to the restart. The lights will turn out on the pace car this time, so let's get to the top 10. Restarting on point will be Steve Dillon. Second is Ralph Green. Third, CJ Lorca. Then we got Dylan Schwallenberg fourth. Dougie Shears fifth. Hunter Stone sixth. Christian Baker seventh. Matt Bullock eighth. Phil Jones ninth. And David Scott round out your top 10. One driver we should make a note of in the top 5 is Dougie Shears. He is currently, I believe it's 36th in points. So, if he can pull this off, that'd be great for him. And Mary Baker is a lap down, but green flag back in the air. Steve Dillon leads him into turn 1. Off turn 2, Dougie Shears is up in the bad part of the racetrack where you can hit that wall that sticks out, but it looks like everybody's going to stay safe, and we're going to make this lap nice and clean. Up off turn 2, Ralph Green got very close to the wall, but he did not hit the wall. Ralph Green slides up the racetrack again, and this time he's not so lucky. There he goes. He's around in front of the pack. Ralph Green gets spun on the front stretch right in front of the pack, and it's a big stack up in turn 1. We'll get a replay. Phil Jones. Alright, we'll get a replay. Race back to the line. We'll have to get that later because everybody's just kind of don't know where to go right now, but let's get a replay. 4 wide at a 4/10 mile track is not going to work, and Ralph Green can tell the whole story to you. Off turn 4, they just got crowded up. Dylan Schwallenberg got into him, and they went around in front of the whole pack. Christian Baker was in this, David Scott, Josh Mabe. Phil Jones snuck around it originally, but then you'll see what happens later. Courtney Barlow stacks in, Tom Wayne stacks in, Ziggy Bain, Greg Jones, Christian Baker, many others. John Dillon finally catches a break. He's last in points right now by over a race, but he finally catches a break. And the other crash that unfolded was has already occurred here, but we'll get the replay. These guys went up high to avoid the crash, and look what happened. Dougie Shears hits that wall. That's the wall we were talking about that's so treacherous. And he gets run over by Matt Bullock and spins. And Phil Jones gets rear-ended by somebody. Colin Wills. And then, Courtney Barlow right into the back of her teammate. And, Garrett Jones was getting turned. And, Josh Mabe almost put him into that inside pit wall. See what happened to Garrett Jones. Josh Mabe retaliates from something, because that was retaliation. That wasn't something about getting loose. That was definitely retaliation, but we'll try to figure out why he exactly retaliated, and we'll get back to the restart. I believe the lights on the pace car are going to go out in 2 laps, so let's get to the top 10. Restarting on points will be Steve Dillon. Second will not be Mary Baker. Second, CJ Lorca. Third, Dylan Schwallenberg, who's actually involved in that crash, but he got away, and he is going to be third on this restart. Then Hunter Stone fourth, Christian Baker fifth. And then David Scott, Josh Gwynn, Matt Bullock, Courtney Simpson, and Phil Jones round out your top 10. One notable is Josh Gwynn. As long as he stays in the race, pretty much is all he has to do, and he will leave this race with the point lead. He had 14 points to make up on Mary Baker. Coming into the race, he is running 7th. Mary Baker is running 29th. But there's going to be quite a few cars getting out still, I would think, so I wouldn't count on leaving this race with the point lead if I was Josh Gwynn, but chances are pretty good. Alright, the pace car lights are off, and he's diving down onto pit road. And off turn 4, Steve Dillon will lead them down to the line. Green flag back in the air. We're racing again from South Boston. CJ Lorca did not get a good restart, and that's going to allow Steve Dillon to pull out to a big lead. And through 3 and 4, it looks like everybody's going to stay off the wall, I hope. And yes, I think we made it that lap. This has been about the cleanest race this season. Most of the time we've had about 6 crashes by now. If we had a 20-lap race yet. I don't think we have, but if we had 28 laps, I'm pretty sure we'd have more wrecks. And oh no, the caution is out. Steve Dillon wins the race back to the line, so let's get a replay of what happened. Here's what happened to Greg Jones. He pushed Gino Harvey into the wall. Gino Harvey hit the wall, bounced off right in front of Greg Jones. Greg Jones slams the inside wall, and Kurt Kozlowski gets turned. Bridget Fairley is in this. Bridget Fairley, Colin Cropley, then Chris McLean, Michael Harvey, Greg Brown, Bryce Harvey, Sean Galligan got minor damage in this. They're all going to be involved in this crash. Ziggy Vane on pit road. And then something else we noticed. I'm not sure if this was retaliation or if this was just misjudgment on pit road. But watch Bridget Fairley as she's on pit road. She's pulling down pit road, and I'm pretty sure it's right about now. And, yep, right here. Tom Wayne and her make contact, so I'm not sure if it was any retaliation there. I'm pretty sure it was just an... Oh! Jeez. Going too fast here on the pace laps and ran each other over, but let's get back to the restart. We're probably about 2 laps away from the restart, but let's get to it right now. Steve Dillon will restart on point, then Hunter Stone second, Christian Baker third, Dylan Schwallenberg fourth, Josh Gwynn fifth. We got 2 lap cars here, Courtney Barlow and Mary Baker. Sixth is CJ Lorca, then David Scott, Matt Bullock, Phil Jones, John Dillon, your top 10. So 2 guys struggling right here, John Dillon and Garrett Jones. They're struggling very bad in points. Garrett Jones 40th. John Dillon 42nd, and we have 42 cars in this series, so that is last. So those 2 are struggling, but they're doing pretty well right now. And Mary Baker is now up to 25th. Last time we checked in, she was 29th. So Josh Gwynn will have a shorter point lead than he originally was gonna, but it'll still probably be the point lead when he leaves this race today. And we are a lap away from the restart. Actually, about half a lap now, but the lights have gone out on the pace car. Mary Baker and Courtney Barlow will be the 2 cars on the inside that are a lap down. And as we roll through 3 and 4, Steve Dillon led him down to the restart the last 2 times, I think. So he's led quite a few laps tonight. But here we go. Green flags back in the air. Steve Dillon and Hunter Stone lead him down. Hunter Stone got a great restart. He might be able to hold that gap that he has right now. Maybe be able to shrink it there. And no, Hunter Stone does not have the preferred line, and Mary Baker's not going to give it to him. And we made it that lap. So maybe we can stay green flag racing from here on out. And here we go to the inside to get clear of traffic. Hunter Stone, he now is clear of all traffic, so now he's just got to get around Steve Dillon to win the race. Hunter Stone has not won a race yet in this series, and I believe he is 38th in points, so that's not too good for him. Steve Dillon fell out of the chase last week, and Jordan Spencer and a few others got into the chase. Through 3 and 4 across the line, we stay green again. We might be able to stay green from here on out. It'd be a great race from here because Hunter Stone is closing in at a rate that would get him pretty much side by side with Steve Dillon at the line because he's not picking up too much. Here we go across the line. We are on lap 38 of 51. So 14 laps remaining. We'll check in on some people as we are still green flag racing. Josh Gwynn, we've mentioned him about him. Oh, Mary Baker's into the wall. Mary Baker in front of the pack. David Scott's on his lid. No, I think he kept it on 4 wheels. And now Mary Baker comes across the track. And she hit Filter, but Filter saved it. So we will not stay green flag racing. And let's see what happened to Mary Baker. The point leader has run into more trouble today. Mary Baker off turn 4 she did not overdrive it. Phil Jones just flat out got into her up off the turn. Then David Scott ran into the back of her because he had nowhere to go. And David Scott spun around and he got T-boned, and then Matt Bullock got rear-ended by Garrett Jones. Matt Bullock was one of the guys involved in that crash. But those were the only guys that were involved in that, so it wasn't a terrible crash. This might not be good. Okay. This was the race back to the line. 3 wide at this track has not worked in the past, but somehow they made it work. So, let's get back to the restart. I'm not sure how far away we are from the restart, but it shouldn't be too long, so we'll get your top 10. Restarting on points will be Steve Dillon, then Hunter Stone, CJ Lorca, and Josh Gwynn, your top 4. There's the next guy in line. Phil Jones, he wrecked Mary Baker there and got quite a bit of damage, but he is 5th. Then we got Christian Baker, Christian James, John Dillon, Courtney Simpson, and John Dillon, your top 10. So John Dillon and Steve Dillon round out your top 10. One's leading, one's rounding it off. So pace car lights are off, so we won't check in with anybody. We will restart on lap 44 of 51. So it'll be a great dash to the finish. And hopefully we don't get another caution and end this race under caution. Hopefully we can just have a good race to the finish, and we won't have any lapped cars this time, so it'll allow Hunter Stone to maybe make a move in turn 1. If he could do that, it'd be the time to do it. Green flag back in the air. Hunter Stone maybe was going to look inside, but he tucks back in line. Up off turn 2, Steve Dillon, pretty much at the same lead he had on the restart, maybe pulling it a little bit. Off turn 4, Hunter Stone overdoing it, trying to get to Steve Dillon. He almost hit the wall off 4, but CJ Lorca gave him the room he needed. Off turn 2, looks like the battle right now is going to be for second, but if CJ Lorca can get around Hunter Stone, because I think CJ may have a better car than Hunter does right now. When we cross the line, it'll be just 5 laps to go, and CJ Lorca is clear of Hunter Stone. Can he run down Steve Dillon and win the race? We stay green again. It looks like we'll probably stay green from here to the finish. Hopefully I don't jinx it. Here we go. Off turn 2, down the backstretch at this 2/5 mile long track. It's a very short track, so as we are just 4 laps from the finish, that's not long. Second place, CJ Lorca. I just don't think he can run down Steve Dillon. Steve Dillon is running away with the lead right now. This time by, they will take 3 laps to go. It'll take a mistake from Steve Dillon, but not wreck, for CJ Lorca to win the race. Well, I guess if Steve Dillon wrecked, the race back to the line could get the win to CJ Lorca. But I don't think that's going to happen. It is just 2 laps to the finish. Checking on the battle for second, since it looks like the race is going to be for second here. And now Hunter Stone's going to fight back. Hunter Stone to the inside. And new second place driver, but here we go. White flag for Steve Dillon. Onto the back stretch right now. He just has 0.2 miles left to win his first race in the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series. Out of turn number 4. Steve Dillon is going to win his first ever Bass Pro Shops Cup Series race as he wins at South Boston. So let's get to your results. Results for round 11 of the series. Winning the race is Steve Dillon, then Hunter Stone, CJ Lorca, Josh Gwynn, and Christian Baker. That was your top 5. Few drivers that we should check in on here. John Dillon, who took 10th. That is his best finish of the season, because he was last in points coming into this race. Mary Baker finished 27th. And, retired from the race. So she will leave this race no longer the point leader, because Josh Gwynn took 4th. That gained him 23 points. So he will be the point leader by probably 7. And finishing last was Thomas Shane, Matthew Lube, Timmy Pacioli, who was third in points coming into this race. That's a tough break for him. Jordan Spencer, Brendan Nauman, Josh May, Dougie Shears, Tim Baker, Josh Courier got into the chase, and now he's going to fall out. Ralph Green, Christian Brandon, Colin Wells, Bridget Fairley, Garrett Jones, Tom Wayne, and Mary Baker were all retired from the race. It scores filter as retired, but he was the first one to get into the pits, so it says that he's retired from the race, but he's not. So, we'll get the celebration screen for the winner today, Steve Dillon, and then we'll get his burnouts, and then we'll close up the video with the celebration screen. Congratulations to Steve Dillon on his first Bass Pro Shops Cup Series win.